Hey, want to know a secret about learning English? It's not about remembering lots of words. Surprising, right? Let me tell you about my student Tom. He was scared to speak English. He thought he needed to know every word perfectly. But then he tried something different, something so simple that most people don't believe it works. In just 6 weeks, Tom went from being too shy to order food to making friends in English. Want to know what changed? Most English teachers won't tell you this trick. Why? Because it's too simple. But it works every time. Stay with me for the next 3 minutes. I'll show you exactly what Tom did and how you can do it too. Trust me. This will change how you think about learning English. Another student was afraid of making mistakes. She thought others would laugh at her. I told her, mistakes are your best teachers. Every mistake is a lesson. She started speaking without fear, and over time, she became more comfortable with English. Fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly and with confidence. I once had a student who spoke very quickly, but no one understood him. I advised him to slow down, use simple words, and focus on clarity. Soon, people started understanding him, and his confidence improved. Reading is another powerful tool. When you read, you see how sentences are formed, and you learn new words naturally. One student came to me, saying, "Teacher, I read a book, but I didn't understand everything." I told her, "That's okay. Keep reading, and soon you will understand more." She continued, and after some time, her comprehension and fluency improved. Listening is also a great way to improve fluency. A student once asked, "How can I learn faster?" I told him, listen to English conversations, songs, and stories. One girl loved music and listened to English songs every day. Soon, she started singing along, and her fluency improved because she was listening and repeating. Some students struggle with translating from their native language. I once had a student who always translated in his mind before speaking. This made him slow and hesitant. I advised him to think in English instead. At first, it was difficult, but with practice, he started forming sentences naturally without translation. A fun way to improve fluency is by practicing with a friend. I knew two students who decided to speak only in English with each other. They helped each other with words they didn't know, and over time, both became fluent. Fluency is also about using English in real-life situations. A student who worked in a shop decided to speak only in English with his customers. At first, it was hard, but with time, he became more confident. A curious mind helps in language learning. One student always asked me about new words. Every time he heard a word, he would find its meaning and use it in a sentence. This habit expanded his vocabulary and improved his fluency. Setting a goal keeps you motivated. A student wanted to travel to an English-speaking country, so she practiced daily to prepare for her trip. Her dedication made her fluent before she even left. Enjoying the process is important. One student loved watching English movies. At first, he used subtitles, but later, he started watching without them. This helped him understand English naturally. Repetition is key. Another student would repeat sentences he heard in class. This helped him remember them and use them in conversations. Speaking with different people also helps. I once had a shy student who only spoke to me. I encouraged him to talk to other students. At first, he was nervous, but with time, he became comfortable and fluent. Talking about things you love makes speaking easier. A student who loved football talked about it every day. Since he was passionate about it, the words came easily, and he became more fluent. It's okay to forget words sometimes. I told one student, if you don't know a word, try to explain it in another way. This helped him continue conversations without stopping. A student once asked, "How long does it take to be fluent?" I told him, it depends on how much you practice. Some learn quickly, while others take time. The important thing is to keep going. He practiced every day and improved steadily. Practicing in front of a mirror can also help. A shy student of mine did this, and it made her more confident. Fluency is about using what you learn. If you learn a new word today, use it tomorrow. One student made it a habit to use a new word daily. This helped him remember words and speak naturally. Being patient is important. One student was frustrated because he wanted to be fluent quickly. I told him, be patient. You are improving, even if you don't see it immediately. He continued practicing and soon saw results. Fluency is also about listening. One of my students was a great listener. He listened carefully before speaking, and this made his responses clearer and more natural. Staying positive is crucial. Learning a language can be challenging, but a positive attitude makes it easier. I had a student who always smiled, even when she made mistakes. This attitude helped her stay motivated. Sometimes, stepping out of your comfort zone is necessary. A student of mine was comfortable speaking in class but shy outside. I encouraged her to talk to people outside of school. She was nervous at first, but with time, she gained confidence. Learning from fluent speakers also helps. One student admired a famous English speaker. She watched his videos and tried to imitate his way of speaking. This improved her fluency. Fluency is like cooking. You need different ingredients, practice, patience, listening, speaking, and even making mistakes. Mixing them well makes a perfect recipe for fluency. Celebrating small victories keeps you motivated. One student celebrated every time she learned a new word. This made her proud and encouraged her to keep going. Fluency is also about practicing what you learn. If you hear a new word, try to use it in a conversation. One student did this daily, and soon he was using new words effortlessly. Surrounding yourself with English helps. A student of mine would read English signs and posters in the city. This small habit helped him learn new words naturally. Understanding culture is important too. A student was interested in British English, so he watched British shows and learned their way of speaking. This helped him understand different accents and phrases. Fluency is not about knowing every word. It's about confidence, practice, and consistency. Keep going, and one day you'll look back and see how far you've come. So don't stop. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Flex biceps sparkles.